Hey guys, I am about to head to the Sky Stadium in Saudi Arabia for the World Cup. But before we go, I want to briefly explain the history of this incredible place. Let us take a look at how this miracle was built.
Look closely at the aerial map of the Arabian Peninsula. From high above, it appears to be nothing but a vast, desolate void framed by the Red Sea. But as we zoom deeper into the harsh, landlocked interior, long before it was an empire of oil, the heart of the Arabian Peninsula was a fortress of sand. The vast, unforgiving Najd Desert, isolated from the world's oceans and trade routes, birthed a society built on strict survival and unyielding faith. In the 18th century, a powerful alliance was forged here, blending religious zeal with the military might of the House of Saud. By the early 20th century, this harsh desert environment produced a fanatical army known as the Ikhwan. Bound together by faith rather than tribal ties, these warriors possessed a devastating military advantage as they prepared to march from the barren interior toward the wealthy, developed cities of the coast. Between 1924 and 1925, the Desert Army successfully besieged and conquered the holiest cities of Islam, Mecca and Medina. The cosmopolitan citizens of the coast initially feared these desert rulers, but a calculated deal guaranteed their business interests, securing their submission to the new power. In 1932, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was formally established. Crucially, the capital remained in the remote desert of Riyadh, the political base of the royal family, rather than moving to the holy city of Mecca. This created a permanent, dual structure, the political brain hidden in the deep interior, and the spiritual heart resting on the coast. Then, in 1938, the discovery of oil changed the nation's destiny. To sustain a massive capital city in the dry desert, they relied on brute force infrastructure, building giant pipelines to pump desalinated ocean water hundreds of miles inland. They also built compounds, highly fortified, walled zones where foreign workers could live under Western rules, hidden away from the conservative society outside. Decades later, preparing for a post-oil future, the kingdom expanded this compound strategy. They built isolated, modern university cities on the coast, creating special zones with relaxed social rules to attract global intellect, serving as a prototype for national economic transformation. This history directly explains the ultimate endgame, the 2034 World Cup and the NEOM Sky Stadium. Constructed 350 meters in the air on a remote northwestern frontier, it sits over 1,000 miles away from the country's religious and political centers. It is the ultimate, massive compound, an isolated city in the sky with its own unique laws and next-generation water technology, built where the conservative eyes of the interior cannot see. What if they actually pull it off? What if Saudi Arabia completes this colossal sky stadium and the NEOM city exactly as planned in 2034, defying all global skepticism? Let's look at what that future really means. Of course, building a utopian mega project is a dangerous gamble. Look at history. When Rio de Janeiro hosted the Olympics and the World Cup, the massive investments often left behind abandoned stadiums, reminders of economic strain and urban division. Giant events can easily become traps. Yet, there are triumphant blueprints. Consider Singapore, a small nation that built an economic powerhouse from scratch by establishing strict order, unique laws, and cutting-edge infrastructure. Saudi Arabia is attempting the same with NEOM. It is not just about a stadium. It is about building an entirely new kind of city, designed from a blank canvas. They face overwhelming obstacles, engineering nightmares, massive costs, and deep skepticism. But if they succeed, it will be a grand triumph for humanity, conquering the unforgiving geography of their ancestors and creating a sustainable sanctuary for the world. Let's step out of history and take a journey into that very future. In 2034, hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world landed in an untouched desert that once rejected all life.
Hey guys! After a long flight, we finally made it to NEOM International Airport. I'm hopping on this transit right now to head to the World Cup venue. Whoa, just look out the window.
Running along the crystal-clear Red Sea, a futuristic city powered by 100% clean energy stretched out in a perfect line.
I just grabbed a coffee in the city center, and the streets are unbelievably clean. There are absolutely no cars or exhaust fumes.
The toxic plants that once boiled seawater were gone, replaced by advanced filtration technology that transformed the entire city into a green paradise.
Everyone passing by is a soccer fan from all over the world. It's a total festival vibe! I am so pumped right now!
But their destination was not on the ground. It was at the very top of the colossal Sky Stadium, soaring 350 meters into the air.
All right, we're heading up to the stadium now. We're taking this glass elevator straight up the exterior wall. It's so high, my legs are actually shaking. We made it! NEOM Sky Stadium! Look at this pitch! You can see the ocean and the clouds right behind the goal!
The roar of 80,000 people shook the fortress in the clouds. It was the moment humanity completely shattered the walls of geography.
The players are finally on the pitch. The match is about to start. Let's watch the game. Spain just scored! The entire stadium lit up with holograms! I have absolute goosebumps! Wow, that was unbelievable. This is more than just a football match. I feel like we just witnessed humanity breaking its own limits. They actually pulled off a miracle.
Just a century ago, this was a harsh, waterless desert. Today, they conquered geography to create a fortress in the sky that unites the entire world.
This is the future. What an incredible journey.
The narrow coast between the sea and the mountains never became a geographic trap. It became a monument to human ambition, a fortress of hope shining eternally in the sky.